I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos and I respond. And in between responding to your comments, you know what you get when you cross the creature from the Black Lagoon and a peanut? The creature from the Black Legume. So kicking off this week's Comment Corner with last week's Comment Corner, the Phantom of the Opera dad jokes. My brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, Janice was not a monster! She's an angel from on high. Definitely not an angel of music. Then Daniel DeLeon69 commented, Hey Davey, why did the mother oak tree give the baby a timeout? It was being naughty. If you hear cha-cha-cha from behind, you won't get the virus. Jason's wearing a mask. What do you get when you cross a pig and Superman? The Man of Squeal! Then Jay McCool commented, I love that you brought the music for the campaign. What music? Then Jay McCool commented, I couldn't find any Phantom of the Opera jokes, so here's a ghost joke. I threw a boomerang at a ghost, and it came back to haunt me. Then Jay McCool commented, Gotta ask, what do you think of the new NXT belts, the new Intercontinental belt, and the Crown Jewel belt? Okay, well that's a lot, so non-wrestling fans, I'll get through this as quickly as I can. The new NXT World and Women's Championship, I like them better than what they replaced. The ones before, the multicolored ones, I hated those. But I wouldn't say these are my favorite versions, but they're pretty good. The new Intercontinental belt, it's not really new, they just added some color. But I get what everybody's saying. It does make a huge difference, and I like it a whole lot better. The Crown Jewel belt, the concept I'm iffy about. The champion of Raw and the champion of SmackDown are going to do battle at every Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel title. I don't know. I don't really get into the whole we are having matches for no other reason than bragging rights thing. But the belt itself, it's pretty freaking nice looking. Then Jay McCool commented, I would have thought it was weird if you two didn't have tea parties. Well, there you go, Josh. Nobody's judging us because occasionally we like to have a spot of tea together. The creature from the Black Lagoon is getting married. So now he's going to be the creature of the Black Lagoon. Then on my Davey's Awesome Stories, put up a sign where I talked about how annoying it is in customer service when they complain about signs that they don't read, and some of them I shouldn't have to put one up, it's common sense. Daniel DeLeon69 commented, I've seen some people see the out-of-order signs, walk into the bathroom, even though they completely just ignored the sign and went inside the bathroom. Yeah. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, A&W burgers are better. Why would you even compare those two things? Of course, a fast food burger is better than an AM/PM burger. I didn't say it was the best burger ever, I just said I love them. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, I hate signs. Signs everywhere. A sign blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Yeesh. The worst sign was at Chuck E. Cheese that said, no crane kicks. Okay. Then Jay McCool commented, I love AM/PM cheeseburgers. You know, that was really just a throwaway joke, you guys. The story wasn't about AM/PM cheeseburgers. Then Jay McCool commented, until you work customer service, don't ever underestimate how stupid people can be. Quote of the week. Well, seriously, some people think that I'm exaggerating when I talk about how stupid these customers get. Until you work customer service, whether that's restaurants, retail, bartending, whatever, you have no clue how stupid people can really be. You know what you call the creature from the Black Lagoon on drugs? The creature from the Crack Lagoon. Then on my Davey's Awesome Wrestling, we reviewed the new docuseries Mr. McMahon on Netflix. Daniel DeLeon69 commented, I think a lot of people who watched the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix thought it was mediocre, because they said they saw the same stuff that was happening in WWE, like the Montreal Screwjob, the WCW stuff, and the Chris Benoit stuff. Yes, like I said in the review. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, good job reviewing the documentary on Mr. McMahon. He loved the way Jerry Briscoe used to say that. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, hey, we both loved No Holds Barred as kids. Yeah, I love it as an adult, just for different reasons. But let's face it, the movie was crap. Why is that offending you? A lot of the movies you and I love are crap. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, XFL was the best thing ever. That leprechaun totally had nunchucks. There was no nunchuck-wielding leprechaun at the XFL. If there would have been, I might have tuned in. Then Jay McCool commented, I completely agree. The only things they really talked about was stuff we've heard over and over again. Yeah, that was kind of the disappointing thing about it, is we really were hoping that this was going to delve more into the stuff going on right now, and it didn't. And every time they got to something that we're like, oh, okay, we haven't heard much about this, they just kind of talked about it for a minute and then glossed over it and went to talking about stuff that there's been documentary after documentary after documentary about. Then Jay McCool commented, do you think Vince McMahon did the stuff he's accused of? Probably. You know the creature from the Black Lagoon's favorite movie? National Lagoon's Vacation. Then going back to an older Davies Awesome Movies, the Davies Awesome Movies review of Kickboxer for the Aggressor. New commenter Newfie Asian Kid commented, this movie didn't make any sense. It never explained how David and his wife had gotten together. It just happened out of nowhere. I also didn't like the fact that Master Zien was removed in this. And this Tong Po was a total joke. They made him talk, which ruined his character. He was a man with few words. He later posted the same comment on Kickboxer 2, The Road Back. I'm just going to read it once, though. As far as it not making sense because him and his wife, I wouldn't say that doesn't make sense. They do that. Like, we just have to accept that somewhere in between the two movies, they met, fell in love, got married, and then David Sloan started working for the DEA, and he got set up and arrested, and she got abducted, and well, that's where it stops making sense. I didn't like that Zien wasn't in this one either, and I also didn't like that they didn't even bother to explain that. And I agree with you. The guy who played Tong Po in this one, it was terrible. And I didn't like that he talked so much in this one. He did go from a strong, intimidating man of few words to chatty Cathy. You know the big difference between the creature from the Black Lagoon and the creature from the White Lagoon? The creature from the Black Lagoon makes us look good. Then on my Davies Awesome Food, where I reviewed the Snickers pecan, my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, I hate pecans. Ew. So then don't try the Snickers. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, a blonde was down on her luck. In order to raise some money, she decided to kidnap a kid and hold him for ransom. She went to the playground, grabbed a kid, took him behind a tree, and told him, I've kidnapped you. She then wrote a note saying, I've kidnapped your kid. Tomorrow morning, put $10,000 in a paper bag and put it under the pecan tree next to the slide on the north side of the playground. Signed, a blonde. The blonde then pinned the note to the kid's shirt and sent him home to show it to his parents. The next morning, the blonde checked, and sure enough, a paper bag was sitting beneath the pecan tree. The blonde opened up the bag and found the $10,000 with a note that said, how could you do this to a fellow blonde? Then my brother Josh, that film bestie, commented, what happens when you eat too many pecans? You get peconstipated. How do you tell the circumference of a pecan? Pecan pie.
Sorry.
Why did the walnut know where the cashew was hiding? Because he was pecan. What do you call a peeping Tom? Pecan. This joke is nuts, but it's strictly for Northeasterners. The rest of you, no pecan.
Woohoo!
Pistachio can't, but pecan.
I rather enjoyed that.
Then Daniel DeLeon69 commented, I bought 4 chocolate bars of Snickers pecan, and they are really delicious. They're pretty good. I don't know if I would go that crazy for them, but I've had 1 or 2 since the review. Then Nikki B. Jammin commented, no milk? Shame on you, sinner. It was just a chocolate bar, Nikki. Dang, if I was having a slice of pecan pie, you know I'm going to have a glass of milk with that. Then Jay McCool commented, maybe the way you say pecan irritates the people who say it the other way. Well, I guess it comes down to a matter of opinion. And theirs is wrong. Then Jay McCool commented, not going to go nuts over them? Pun intended? It is now. The creature from the Black Lagoon had a party. It was off the scales. Then on my Davy's Awesome Movies, the first Universal Monster movie review of this year, The Phantom of the Opera. My brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, "When are you going to review the scariest movie of all time? Young Frankenstein. Scared the heck out of me." You think I can review Young Frankenstein? A movie that is already self-aware and making fun of itself, but yet with the comic stylings of Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks, it would be a fitting tribute. It could work! But I'm probably not gonna. Then Daniel DeLeon69 commented, "I remember watching this movie, and it was pretty good." Yeah, it was good. Wouldn't say it was great compared to the other monster movies, though. Better than The Mummy. Then Daniel DeLeon69 commented, "I do like the poster of the Phantom of the Opera, and I think it looks good." Well, I think that's why you like it. Then Richard Daly commented, "89 Phantom will always be my favorite." You know, I haven't seen that one, but then again, I haven't seen a lot of Phantom of the Operas because I'm not a big opera fan. I've seen this one, and I've seen the Gerard Butler one. But looking it up, I noticed that this one has Robert Englund. So I guess I'll have to check that out. Then Jay McCool commented, "Until you started reviewing their Universal Monster movies, I didn't know the Phantom of the Opera was part of them, and it surprised me a bit." Like I said, a lot of people forget that he was part of the Universal Monsters. I found out when I was a kid because I had seen all the other ones, and I was like, okay, I guess I've seen them all, and I was talking about that, and the video store clerk I was talking to about it mentioned, "Well, you haven't mentioned Phantom of the Opera." That's how I found out. Nowadays, you can just go on the internet and look it up. Then Jay McCool commented, "Lotion in the basket? Really? That just seemed like the next logical step. Every time I go out fishing, the creature from the Black Lagoon ends up eating my bait. He said I'm hooked on you." So there you have it. That's Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post the videos, and leave a comment to be in next week's Comic Corner. Love you guys.